Bonsoir. Hello, Johnny. Hello, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas, for the Friday tradition, of already supporting the stream with a nice tip before it even starts. Bonsoir, Loyala. Hello, Frank. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Digler. Hello, Romuald, the French vinyl addict. We're starting with something that the voice, everyone should know who this is, who that is, right? But it's not a track that you would find on Robert Wyatt's regular discography. Hello, Stefan Geek. Hello, hey, some toilet Brest. So before my week off, my Friday off, I ended last stream with the compilation. So we're starting this stream with another strange compilation filled with treasures. Cheers, Steve. Just playing another track from the same compilation, and hello everyone. This is Further Mutations, Volume 4, Low Recordings. Low Recordings, a label from London back in the 90s, created by John Ty of Twisted Science and many other projects. This is Jeremy Simons, who started a project with Luke Vibert at the very beginning of Luke Vibert's career. Luke Vibert was actually discovered by John Ty, who runs this label still to this day. And we were listening to Fish Out of Water featuring Robert Wyatt. And now we're listening to Jeremy Simons under his Voafos name. Yeah, he did 2 albums with Luke Vibert. And a bunch of tracks there and there. Hello, Liam. Hello, I'm the Dead. Oh, you're coming early today. Nice. Hello, Olaf. What can I do, huh? I'm sure they're beating me, and I'm sure it's way more interesting there. Hello, Rich. So yeah, that was Voix, and we started with this. I know it's a little bit patchy. It's a double LP with tons of tracks. You can get copies of this for less than $5 on Discogs, so pretty good deal for a compilation featuring First and More, Bedouin Ascent, Ganger, Board, like so many good things on this. Now let's go to another compilation. Also super cheap for a 9 LP box set. Hello Dmitri. What do you mean pre-vet from Boston? So I noticed that of late, Catherine Ribeiro is starting to get some hype in the US. Hello, Sean. This is for you, Sean. I know Dom, Seeking a Thread, is obsessed with her, or really likes her at least. She had a few bands in the early 70s, late 60s. She's a total babe, by the way. But yeah, that's not really relevant. Or is it? Ah, okay. I know no Russian, Dimitri, apart from Nobody at the End. Hello. Hello, Angela. So this was for Sean for the theme and for Dom for the spirit. This is a massive 9 LP box set with one of the greatest cover ever. This is just 9 LPs of French protest, contest, political singing bands. And there are a few Catherine Ribeiro unreleased exclusive tracks on this. This one that is in 4 parts, 2 long tracks, over 20 minutes of music that is exclusive to this, with her band Alpes, Alp, the mountain chain on the southeast of France. And this, I must say, I found on the shelves of my late father. So see, the apple never falls far from the tree, huh? Christopher Smith, thank you for already supporting the channel with a nice tip in the coffee jar. Thank you, man. Yes, Dom. This is her band. It's it's Catherine Ribeiro and plus Alpes.
quelques centaines de milliers de par le monde, des hommes oiseaux, des hommes libres,
L'ère de la putréfaction, the time of putrefaction,
des hommes terre labourés,
inédit, unreleased, exclusive to this,
des
and
hommes soleil aux bras écartelés,
here you have the last part,
hommes vivants parmi les morts
poème non
vivants.
épique, and there's a third part somewhere else in the box set.
Aux espoirs sans cesse renouvelés.
Yeah, that cover is amazing.
Les hommes
Yeah, tiny bit relevant indeed.
qu'on appelle le démon.
Hello, Mercurial Man.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah, that's fine.
Afin que survive l'amour, j'en appelle
Oh,
à
shit.
Dieu, au diable et au chien. Pour que les
Well, I hope you'll be alright, I really do.
qui nous détiennent
Yeah, well, I will.
comparaissent
Absolutely.
devant le tribunal du haut murder.
Yes. No, that was not from my Rushdie, that was from the one of the few records on the shelves of my dad. Exactly.
Aux cervelles microbiennes, éclate au pilori des marteaux piqueurs. J'en appelle à tous les nègres portugais.
I would say a more pissed off,
J'en appelle à tous les nègres portugais de la terre.
a more pissed off Brigitte Fontaine. Like she's way more violent than Brigitte Fontaine. It's a pretty epic tune. Now, yes, some of you already alluded to my trip in France. So I had to go to France to take care of my dad passed away in January, and I had to go to take care of the house a little bit, which was long overdue. It was like a very humid house in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, there was a lot of work there. I went there with my sister and my mom. It was not a happy time, but I managed to step away for 4 hours. Like that was the most effective 4 hours out of your comfort zone or your element. And I managed to did some really, really good digging, including the record I'm playing right now. And yes, that box set that I just played, 9 LP box set. Yeah, there are copies of it, decent copies of it, going for $30, around like $30 or less. That's a pretty good value for the money. Hello, Marius, and thank you for also tipping in the coffee jar already. Thank you, man. Yeah, I took a bunch of records, but that was the unexpected ones. I guess he got it after we got estranged, since I never saw it in the house when I was a kid. Never saw it, but Maybe I missed it. I don't think so. So not really a record store, but there was a guy who I had talked with online about 3-4 records he had earlier this summer, and he was not very good at responding. He was quite, oh yeah, I'm on a holiday, I'll get back to you in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And 3 weeks later, oh yeah, I'll send you prices. Oh, always excuses. And then I remember he was in Brittany, where the house of my dad is, and I thought like, maybe he's not that far. Well, he was quite far. He was like an hour and a half, but I managed to get a lift, 1 hour and a half ride to his place. Had 40 minutes there, and then had to head back. And this is from his cellar, because he had these 3 records I wanted plus a bunch more. So I dug there, and yeah, it was. I posted a couple of pictures on my community section on the, if you go on the channel on YouTube here, and it was quite scary. It was like a really moldy, dusty cellar filled with card boxes, filled with records that he got from his girlfriend's dad. His girlfriend's dad, who was estranged to his daughter when he passed. She wanted to throw his records away, and he said, no, let's get them. And that was a good good choice. The guy was a music critic for 30 years in France. Classical music mostly, or essentially. And a lot of really strange and interesting records. A lot of that I'm familiar with, a lot that I know, a lot that I had, and a lot that are, in the sweet spot, in the right spectrum. So I got a lot of modern classical music there. Hello, Daniel. Well, here is where you get the goods, though. In that other stream, they made you salivate a little bit. Now you get to listen to the music. Congratulations, Dom. Hello, Marcela. I saw you showing. Now you get to maybe a few ideas to get tomorrow. Hello, PG. This is amazing that you're here. Since the record I'm playing right now, I'm sure you will have something to say about it. This is Francis Schwartz from Puerto Rico. Probably the only avant-garde record from Puerto Rico. And the guy has done a lot of music, orchestral, sometimes with tape. But this is the only vinyl record, to the best of my knowledge, of his. And I mean, already with a cover like that, this is gonna be a bit special, right? En la Tierra, Música de Francis Schwartz. There's a list here of all his works, key works of Francis Schwartz, which you can't listen to apart from the 4 tracks on this album, since nothing has ever been released apart from this. It was pretty cool. Kling Klong. All right. Oh yeah, that was a short, not so short, but not a very extended track, and I started to get chatty. Yes, Marius. Yeah. Good call. So, so yeah, tonight it's going to be a lot of experimental avant-garde music. Not only, of course, but still in that direction, and some amazing sounding music. Next, I'll play one of the records that made me take the trip to this guy. And I must say, the prices were amazing. The only issue is that I actually had so little time, I was so rushed, that I forgot 2 records that I bought from him in his place. And they're not expensive, and I can find them again. And you would say, of course, I could get them from him again, but let's be honest, I think the guy was a junkie. It was the whole thing was a bit sketchy in a way. It was fun, but and he was nice, huh? But yeah, it was very difficult to get hold of him, to get to him, and yeah, well, it is what it is. So the records have barely been played, and I took the plane with them, so there's unfortunately some static on them still, but they're like brand new. Like, if you're into Pauline Oliveros and Stuart Dempster, this record, man, this is just absolutely mesmerizing. And by the way, thank you, Sean, and thank you, Frank, also for leaving a nice tip in the coffee jar in the description of the video, the link if you want to support the channel. So this is someone I've been obsessed with for a long time, but it's only recently that I really took an active step of completing the missing the holes in my collection of his. Not that I want to have everything of his, but for him, kind of, to be honest. Well, I'm glad to. Oh yes, Stéphane. Yes. Iancu Dumitrescu, Nimbus Zenith, for 3 trombones, percussion, and tape. What is interesting with this this record is that unlike all the Dumitrescu records, or most of them, who are on Electrecord, the Romanian label, this one is on Generation Unlimited, which apparently is an American label. But the printing of the jacket is exactly like a Romanian record. The heaviest gloss you could find, like absolutely wonderful and quite flimsy jacket. It literally is like a Romanian jacket. But no, it was printed in Massachusetts, but exactly like most of the Romanian records. Yeah, I think I'm usually quite happy, but yeah, I'm glad to be home because the trip was eventful. We have so the house. So for those who don't know, Brittany is the spiky peninsula on the French map. And when we were, and his house was exactly in the middle of that area, right above the only lake of that region, and the most green and forest-rich area of the whole of Brittany, because Brittany has been more or less all the forests have been cut down for agriculture purposes. But that area is quite different. And his house was quite high on the hills, like basically the highest point of the whole region, and it's a massive region. So the place was just amazing, so beautiful. And we had been there for the first time in January. Winter was completely different now. The light was so beautiful. But the thing is that while we were here, we got hit by the biggest storm in 37 years in that area. In 1999, France was hit with the storm of the century. But this one in that area was even bigger than the one from 99. We had winds that went to up to 220 kilometers an hour. It's like crazy. Basically, you are afraid. You can't go out. It's impossible. And that hit us when we were there. And because it's in the woods, and there's like a little dirt road from the house to the main small road, during the night of that storm, most of the oaks fell down on the road. So we were literally stuck there. It was like our dad had managed to get the whole family together there and like keeping us there. It was pretty intense. I had no idea how I was gonna pull it off, but thankfully there was enough chainsaws and very nice neighbors who helped out. But yeah, that was pretty epic. Yeah. Hello to Wheels Good. Hello Urkamur. Nice to see you. Hello Pass Radio. I'm good. I'm here. I'm safe. I got fun records. Yeah, that's a great find indeed. Hello Jeffrey. Salut Christophe. Yeah. Yeah, my dad lived there for 15 years and he never had anything close to that. And of course, with a storm like that, electricity got shut down. I'm sure Christophe Ibrasonic has some details about it. He's in Lyon, so they were not hit by the storm as much as we were, but we were at the center of it, yeah. And I heard that the storm hit the UK right after, the day after. Well, basically a week ago. Yeah. There are a couple of copies still flying around of this. It's not a cheap record. It's not super expensive yet, but it's absolutely, for me, it's, yeah. This one was in my real active want list of about 50-55 records. So I was like super stoked to get this in just perfect shape. And also from a collection of someone who was deep into that music. He was literally one of the few music critics in the world who was actually writing for major newspapers, at least in France, about that kind of music. There were not many. Nice. Well, I'm a chatty one. So, and I enjoy a good storytelling, huh? Yeah, that track just goes on forever, but always with like twists and turns. So much joy in that record. Oh well, maybe not joy, but I can only imagine the players. How deep you get into it when you play this live together. This is psychedelic music. No discussion. Well, then they're in for a treat if they're watching. Yeah. But there's even this is not even the highlight, but and I'm telling you, this is part of the real want list. Yeah, it's actually quite special, especially when it gets the lead like that, which is quite rare. Oh. It was a tune. Yeah, earlier today I did a quick test because I changed some cables here, and I just wanted to be sure that it was going to work out for this stream. And I actually literally played the compilation I ended the stream 2 weeks ago with, and I played a nice track, but like there are so many tracks even better than the one I played. Actually, I realized. So maybe we'll revisit it. Because again, it's a great record and cheap one, which made me think of something. Of late, like a few weeks ago, I played that compilation on the Spanish label Obscure Records, and I realized it's quite rare nowadays to buy compilations. Maybe because I don't know, they don't make it like they used to do in the 90s anymore. Like 90s compilations of unreleased tracks. Like I played fairly recently the Macro Dub Infection, but there, yeah, that one. Yeah, 90s alternative electronic experimental music compilations were crammed with like tracks that most artists would usually reserve for their albums. And yeah, that one further Westercism. Oh no, East Westercism. There's a follow-up called Further East Westercisms on Rising High, a label that was actually co-run by at one point I believe by John Ty from Low Recordings, who I played the opening track of. Thank you, Daniel. I just did a few tweaks. Hello, Rufan. Well, it is indeed quite special, Sean. Which means that, you know, I think I paid around $50 for it. There are new records of brand new music that cost that much. But yeah, this is quite special. And yeah, I could listen to that all day, all night. Hello, John. Nice to see you. And thank you. Quite a special record as well. Someone tipped me on that record. And I was... This is interesting, but this is also quite monumental. It will take me some time to digest how good it is or not. This was released recently. Someone, I think it was someone in the community who was showing this somewhere online, and I was intrigued by it. So I looked it up, and I'm just gonna play one track, but I will revisit this. Half silk screen jacket. It's a sort of private press. Double LP by Malo Mor and his inflatable knee, which came also with a cassette, a bunch of inserts in of art prints of different shapes and sizes. This, which explains the whole thing. But I reached out to Malo, who on this holds the credits of artistic concept, composition, vocals, upright bass, tapes, electronics, prepared guitar, materials, field recordings, design concept, producer. And then there's a bunch of other musicians on drums, saxophones, piano, guitars, prepared harp, synthesizers, springs, violin, electronics, flutes, vocals, trees, clay tile, a bunch of the different things. I mean, it's quite an extraordinary package, and I think maybe next week he'll pop up here and we'll listen to some more of it, and he'll tell us more of it, because it's not a record that is very well distributed, and it's exactly the kind of record that we love here. There's 4 sides, and they're all quite different, to be honest. This is like kind of a low-key, weird, ambient jazz, field recording, electronics. Well, you heard the list of instruments. Hello, Eddie. I could have, yeah. Unfortunately, I made a bad choice, right? Well, it has been mentioned, it has been played. Some side projects, some weird stuff. Actually, if you could look in some of my oldest videos, I did a whole video about the unknown side projects of the Beatles. It's my least viewed video. Hello, Fred. See? Yeah, it's a really interesting record, and maybe next week, I think he might pop by during the stream next week or the week after, and he'll probably give you options of how to get the record because it's not well distributed. I think so, definitely. Hello, Chris. It's just there's beauty in it, and it takes all these terms, quirky, so you can put it almost in the background, but it keeps you excited about it. At least it keeps me excited. But again, the music is pretty awesome, and the package is just insane when you get it in your hands, man. But yeah, there will be a lot of eerie music tonight. I mean, if you've been here for some time, for the past 40 minutes, you already know. Next record is pretty cheap and pretty amazing. And yeah, what's pretty interesting with modern classical is that, especially for records from France, the UK, the US, and Germany, most of them in avant-garde modern classical are cheap because they pressed a lot of these records and very few people were buying. And so you get them cheap in pristine condition most of the time, and but less so when it comes to the like the record before, the Romanian one. Hello, Marcos. Nice. I'm only missing one now, but depending on how nice everyone is tonight, I might be able to get it. Oh yeah. Well, he'll tell us all about that. Yeah, I think it's next week. We decided that he'll pop up. So, I guess a lot of people got their first exposure with modern classical avant-garde music through the movies. And I guess the most famous movie that really used avant-garde modern classical music to great effect, so much that it became integral to the work itself, is 2001: Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick. So what made Stanley Kubrick's that movie so special is, I guess some would say it's Und so spricht Zarathustra, but no, it was the use of the György Ligeti. György Ligeti did some of the most insane music with strings, alongside with Giacinto Chelsea in the second part of the 20th century. Total revolution. What's really interesting about that record that came out on Vergo, Vergo, is that this features the track we're listening to right now, which is his very first, one of the very few pure electronic music tracks, Glissendi, from 1957. This was, of course, composed in the Köln studio of electronic music, the birthplace of electronic music. And Ligeti was there fairly early on, since Herbert Eimert and later Stockhausen, or like was like 52, 53, 51. And yeah, this is, I believe, the very first release of that piece. His most famous electronic work is Articulation, which is quite similar to this, but this is the precursor of it. And yeah, it's pretty trippy. Yeah, but I would say Clockwork Orange has a lot of classic music, baroque music, more than pure avant-garde. Yeah, yeah. But his wife. 2001 was supposed to have an original soundtrack that was actually being written and composed. But while his wife was doing research for the movie, she discovered Ligeti, and he used some of his music as the theme soundtrack while editing, and then he decided, no, that's what I'm using actually, which kind of broke the spirit of the composer. I forgot the name of who was originally commissioned with it, but yeah. Hello, Nick. Yeah, Vergo is an amazing label. Absolutely. Yeah. Fortunately, this is still a very cheap record. It's funny, I was talking with a friend yesterday about all these whale sounds, both natural and electronic, on folkways. I guess I see where you're coming from with this. But yeah, this is interesting that you say that, Vinyl Dreamscape, since the Forbidden Planet soundtrack by Bébé Baron and her husband is from around the same time. This is 57. When was the Forbidden Planet? Wasn't it like 56, 57? I believe so. So this is, yeah, 57. Just think about like Elvis Presley, yeah, early Miles Davis, Charlie Parker, and there are guys who were like really heavy researching. Yeah, 57, Rufan. Now, another cheap record I got from that hall, from a musician that I have many records of from the same series. They all share the same cover art with color variations. Also German, I believe. Oh, thank you, Marcos, for leaving a tip in the coffee jar. I think I missed you. Merci. Much appreciated, man. So this is a percussionist called Siegfried Fink, who has quite a few like avant-garde percussion records. This one is with orchestra. So there's a whole series with the exact same visual. So it's always drums plus the combination. And this one is the one with the widest range, obviously. So Siegfried Fink, born in 1928. I mean, he was a very traditional academic musician, but he did some really, really forward-thinking stuff. And this is two compositions by Spanish composers. This is Javier Benguerel. I believe he's Spanish. Pretty sure he's Spanish. Anyways, at one point there's some organ coming in that is quite haunting. Yeah, absolutely. But they came later. Hello, Vince. Yeah, well, maybe that's the right way to do it. Rich, thank you, Rich, man, for supporting the channel. Another little tip in the coffee jar. Thanks, man. Maybe that as musician, I got some crazy stuff coming up. New releases coming soon, hopefully. Finally, a big order that has been dispatched. I was like starting to to lose hope of it ever being shipped. But already that little trip, I mean, that trip at my dad's place was very emotional and disturbing in many ways. So in these 4 hours, I managed to step out to do that digging. Yeah, this will be one of the highlights of the year, probably. Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is from 1977, 20 years after you, Rufan. You were 20 years old, and I was born when this was made in Frankfurt. Now some crazy organ. Thank you, Obscure Beat. Well, were you in France in 1977, Rufan? So in a way, this is closer to traditional modern classical music from the 20th century. It's just really good. And as I usually say about that kind of music, if you find it a bit daunting, a bit out too far away from your comfort zone, usually I say that like this kind of music, just take it in physically. Don't think about the deep meanings of this. This is a narrative. This is, as the Rufan was saying, this is a story unfolding. And just take it as if this was a bunch of punches into you, albeit harmonic ones, percussive ones. And while doing so, hopefully you will just start to get some joy from it, some flow, some groove, inner groove. And well, I know a friend, Fred, a big star, if he's still here. He's big into Bela Bartok, who I love too. I played some of his music a few times. This is beautiful. That was Siegfried Fink, the tune percussions there. But yeah, the birth of modern classical music, Stravinsky, Stravinsky, Debussy, and yeah, Bartok who took in influence from traditional folk music, Debussy who took in non-Western music, Stravinsky who took influence from percussion music, like also folk music. So in a way, it can go full circle easily. And when I say full circle, I mean that like if you come from very mainstream popular pop music, which is, for me, pop music is everything that is not classical, experimental, or jazz. It's just not that far away. Well, that's I am. That's a big difference, Rufan. Oh. Then we're on the same page. Hello, 808. Oh, super nice. Peter Ruziska, he's got an album on Vergo, actually. That is amazing. Really, really good. Wow, that must have been quite nice. I guess also, to be frank, through my life, my short, long life already, I've went through so many gigs in my youth, and I gigged a lot myself. Nowadays, a rock band, electronic music band, I'll go to jazz or modern classical opera. That's what will probably get me to outside of the house to see live music. But also, of course, one of the easiest connections with avant-garde classical music is movie soundtrack. We already discussed of Kubrick and Ligeti, but hello, Bob. Well, you're in for a treat then, because I was nothing compared to some of the stuff that is coming. But so, movies and modern avant-garde classical music. This is a Russian compilation from 1990 with it's almost all written in Russian apart from the title there. So you get Alfred Schnittke, Denisov, Goodbye Dulina, Bulshokin, and Eduard Artemiev. I think it's Eduard Artemiev. Artemiev, who composed the soundtracks to Stalker and other movies by I had his name. Stalker, The Sacrifice, Solaris. Someone help me, please. Yes, it is the INS record. Come on, someone to help me. I'm blanking. Tarkovsky. Thank you, Faust. Next week, we'll talk about that, Stefan. So, the INS record, the INS is a synthesizer that was made in Russia. Very few units were manufactured and sold. Here it is. This is a synthesizer that doesn't work with connectors or with keyboards. It's with a graphic interface. It's very rare, and in the early 2000s, Coil traveled to Russia and recorded a triple CD exclusively with the NFs, and they did their own graphic stores, and here are some lithographs of it. I think they came with the 51st copies of the box set. Yeah, I have them always here. This is some of my inspiration. And they did these with Ivan Pavlov, also known as COH, Son, who now lives in Sweden and is a very interesting composer. But yeah, this is basically a showcase of that instrument, as you can see here, some parts of it. Unfortunately, well, it's written in Russian, there is some of the track listing here in Occidental, in Western. I'll just play quickly another, the other track, an excerpt of the other track by Artemiev. It's oops, yeah, it's not the best pressing ever. It's a Russian pressing from 1990. It's all right, and now it's got more static because of the travel. But yeah. Keith, thank you for leaving a nice tip in the coffee jar. Thanks, man. My all-time favorite soundtrack, I think I've been on the record about it. Michael Smalls. I played that a couple of times, some excerpts of that. The movie is alright, but the sound is like it has. I think it's like a a sexual thriller with Jane Fonda and Donald Sutherland, but it hasn't aged that well. But just because of the music, it's still worth a watch. But yeah, I got this in that dig in Brest. But I wanted to play it as well because there's a connection to the next record that I kind of gave away. But and for those of you who have actually seen the Tarkovsky version of Solaris, which is originally a novel by Stanislas Lem, he uses on that soundtrack the ANS. And it's quite funny because I guess one of my probably my second favorite movie soundtrack ever is the Cliff Martinez soundtrack of the Steven Soderbergh version of Solaris. So it's all connected, isn't it? Hello, Faust. Yeah, welcome. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't know about that. Salut, Julia. Comment se passe la couette? Yeah. Watch it. If you watch it again, be kind because, yeah, especially the second part when the plot gets revealed and the villain gets revealed, it's kind of cheesy. So now I'm playing the absolutely latest COH, Ivan Pavlov, who I'm just talked about, who did that ANS record with Coil. His new album on Dice. I have a few records of his. I don't love everything he's done. And this one, I must admit, I bought it before listening. That's very, very rare I do that. I did that just because I got tricked by the marketing. I thought it was gonna be a very limited edition of like, sometimes he does that, like 25, 50 copies. And I thought it was gonna be one of them. And no, it was just like a signed version of it. He did 50, he signed 50 of them and numbered them. So what? But I'm glad I did buy it. It's probably one of his more drony records ever. He usually deals with like experimental electronics. This is more tones, sine waves. Hello, Radio Gnome, nice to see you. No, it's a good movie. Guten Abend, Michael. Hello, Christophe. I hope you are, yeah. So maybe I'll show you something quite exceptional, like one of the craziest package ever related to whom we're listening to. So, in the mid-2000s, Ivan Pavlov, son, COH, had a project with Peter Christopherson from Coil called Soyong. They only released like CDs that were shaped like in angular forms, like not round ones. And yeah, this was the first issue on vinyl of any of that material. When it was released, I must confess I wasn't too much into it. I bought the first two CDs, but after a while I really started to dig them because it's quite unique. But a little bit before that, Ivan did an EP called Soyong as well, a CD only. But at one point, it got released on vinyl. Well, so you got these plates, laser screened. This is, by the way, the logo of Soyong repeated over and over. And all of it is tied together with a metal screw, with a QR code where you can get the versions by Peter Christopherson from Coil, which were never released on vinyl. And that's the only official way to get it. And maybe I play it. And of course, yeah, it's shaped. I forgot. Yeah, they only did 88 copies of it. Try to go together, huh? I was playing the Artemiev ANS record together, by the way. And now we're listening to this octagonal Soyong record. Yeah, they came a little before their time, I would say. Yeah, and like actually, no, Dom. The Andromeda strain is not an octagon. It's only six corners, right? But here's another cool one. It's pretty good, actually. Thank you, Rufan. Well, someone has to love us, huh? Maybe we go to something really intense again after that. Oh yeah, and the COH came with, of course, a download code and a weird holographic sticker. Yeah, Camille, the one I showed is that I'm playing right now is octagonal. Indeed. And the one I showed after the Aden Twix is hexagon. I have the Andromeda soundtrack somewhere, but yeah, this is a pretty stripped down record, of course. You can get the there was some chord stuff that was not completely different from that. This kind of piano melodies reminds me of what's that record with that female singing? Yeah, indeed. Oh, already 1 hour and 20 minutes. That's when I should remind you guys, if you haven't already, if you do enjoy this stream tonight, live or whenever you're watching this, by all means, please, you can leave a thumbs up. And if you're not watching this live with all the friends here, you can always leave a comment to further the conversation and all of this. And if you want to support the channel, you can always leave a comment, a tip in the tipping jar, which is the Ko-fi link in the description of the video, which helps the channel a lot in actually making, like greasing the digging of a lot of these records. Thank you, Kevin, for leaving a very nice tip in the coffee jar. Thank you, man. So as Bob Bradley was requesting, we get into something quite intense and probably the highlight of my my whole digging trip in Brittany. There's not really any cover. It's the record is stuck between these two heavy PVC plates. It's quite a beautiful object. They're heavier than the record. And then it's all stuck together with this heavy metal screw. Here with the logo of the label, Hollow Ground, and here the QR code for the second part of the record. It's quite extraordinary. See how for the longest time it's really almost autistic. Thank you, John. John Levinson, for leaving a very nice tip again. Yeah, when this was released, it was like it's the kind of records you had to get it almost instantly. They did 88 copies of it, and it was quite expensive. I don't remember how much it was. I think around like $90 or so, and yeah, they disappeared like that. Oh, Mercurian Man, thank you, man, for for also leaving a tip. Much appreciated, man. Oh, very nice tip. Thank you, Mercurian Man. But this you can get on CD and you can get download, but like getting the actual object, the actual record, there's maybe a copy on Discogs, but it's probably expensive. Still, it's quite unique. Yeah, there's 2 copies available, but over 200 euros. Well, it's funny because this is an hexagon, octagon, and you got a square in the middle. It's because originally the CD was pressed like that, if I remember correctly. And Soyong always, all records were about weird geometric shapes. Like, if you look it up on the Discogs, you will see the CDs, and they all have really, really strange shapes that you would think, is this gonna be? My player gonna actually manage to play it? And yeah, it did. Hello, Dave. Yeah, they were all folded in an origami sort of package as well. So now this was a highlight of my digging trip. These features on double bass, my favorite double bass player, Fernando Grillo. So this is the Hyperion Ensemble, Hyperion, conducted by Iancu Dumitrescu. This is a composition by him, but there's also compositions by Niculescu, Nemescu, César. We're gonna delve into that a little bit. and it came signed by Iancu Dumitrescu on electrocard with a very cool letterpressed printing. Like you can see the maybe you can no, not really, but each letter is like punched into the cover. Yeah, absolutely. And I guess that's one of the other things that are fascinating about Coil and the galaxy of Coil, all the different layers of how to approach the music, not just with the music or the artwork, but with the medium itself. I think, yeah, it's something nice to have if you get. Well, this was probably released in the early 80s. Not sure. The signature is from 89. And no, actually it's earlier. Let me double check. Oh no, yeah, 81, 1981. Just the sound Fernando Grillo manages to create here. So this is for cello, double bass, and percussion. Oh, well, you went in big, Stefan. Then. Yeah, it is just insane. And as much as I love Fernando Grillo and Dumitrescu, it's only the third best track of this record. Yeah. Steve Davis, if you're listening, I think you need to to bite it. This had been on my want list for like 15 years. And I got it for a quite nice price, for about $65 after heavy negotiation. But yeah, it's worth more. Like now that I have it, I realize I shouldn't have been cheap on this one. So this track is very dramatic in a very special way. The next track is going to be a little bit different. Dimitri, thank you, man. Thank you, my friend, for leaving a tip in the coffee jar. Yeah, these records are super special. It's not often you're gonna hear them. I'm not sure the tracks are on YouTube. They might be, but some are. This one is, but not the next one. And the next one by Octavian Nemescu. The Octavian Nemescu album on Electro-Accord, it got reissued on Sub Rosa. The original is quite difficult to find, and the Sub Rosa reissue is the complete version, which means that the original lacks a few seconds. Like there's a, for some reason, yeah, they omitted a few seconds at the end, but it's one of the most insane records I got, and so for me, as much as I love Dumitrescu, I was getting this mostly for this, for more Octavian Nemescu music. Well, that's the thing, Sean. It wasn't electronic. It was purely acoustic, what you heard. I kissed you. Well, leave a tip to your DJ of the night. This one has electronics in it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm telling you, like, all this music is true psychedelic music, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, the Romanian scene is of the 70s, 80s is... I get goosebumps just thinking about it. This is so... It's absolutely stunning, beautiful music. The flute, the cello, the violins, the electronics. And this is composed in Romania under Ceausescu's dictatorship. One of the most brutal communist dictatorship regime outside of... I guess Romania in the 80s was even worse than Russia. Nubat. Yeah, I was sorry, I was distracted because of that comment, and I was looking for my Yellow 6 4 LP album that I talked about with Dom. But yeah, I don't know where it is right now. I'll find it. Huh, okay. I'll check it out, Ed. Oh yeah, that's right. Salut DJ Mr. Joel. Hello, Sava. No, this is not that far away from you. This is Romania. This is Octavian Nemescu, combinati in Cercuri. Yeah, one of the highlights of my digging year. For me, this is insane that this is not more widely available. But it is what it is, at least we're talking about it. It's already something. Got it. Actually, it's such a good question. I think I'm going to do some research about it, and I have a few leads about who could answer to that. Some vocals. It's been a while tonight, huh?
Ay que sustar mangue murro trayo yo. Ay que ande lumayande
One of the coolest cover jackets I got in a long time. I showed it on George Borden's stream a little bit last week.
Ay que la ronda sa. Ay que me rumni ay bujangi ay buten da zuma ay o que ai brala le tai lo ay que jante la papala le ay que brema ba Karing te jamete pirau ke ho Ukandeluma meno
Gypsy songs from Hungary, live recordings. Double LP, gatefold. Absolutely stunning artwork. Incredibly good resource. The booklet. Lots of really good information. About a few minutes. Huh? Oh, you have it, Dimitri. There you go. Really, really cool record. Yeah, most of them, ça va, yeah. So this is a double album of only human music. So voice and clapping, no instruments. And it's a super cheap record. It's you can get it for $5. The thing, Sean, that is strange is that these records were released on the state-owned label. There was only one label in all these countries. So how they could pull it off is still strange. It is amazing. Next one is for Dom and Marcos. Dom, you have to wait now. As I'm playing probably one of the greatest guitar ambient records ever. So the record I was looking for, 4 LP set, The Sleep of Reason, John Atwood, which is yellow 6, with on the Tone Float Records, limited edition, 200 copies. Four clear LPs. Recorded between 2009 and 2011. I remember because I love Yellow 6, and he doesn't have that many records on vinyl. He has a few more now, but I wasn't sure about that, and it wasn't my want list for some time. And then at one point I saw there were like 2 copies of it on Discogs. One was for $10 and one was for like $100. So I thought, okay, I'm getting it, and I'm pretty happy I did. So this sounds like Labret Ford without the vocals. Early Labret Ford, yeah. Just a superb record. Yeah. Bulgaria doesn't have that much. Hungary has some great stuff. Yugoslavia, some, but not as much. this is this record is a real trip. Obviously, 4 LPs of post-rock ambient guitar, elegiac tones with a lot of tension. If Bob Bradley is still here, I'm curious about what he thinks of that. Exactly, the Dirk series. Hello, Michael. Well, that's kind of why I played this gypsy music right after, because it's because of the Roms that people think that about Romania, obviously, which is quite unfair considering. And again, that goal again goes back to Bela Bartok. I don't know if there's still a copy of that around, but if there is, oh shit! Someone bought the Soy Song, the Octagon record tonight. Congrats on whomever did. Thank you, Edward, for leaving a tip in the tipping jar. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, so this is a collaboration with Dick Series, who's Vidna Obmana as yeah, Stefan was saying. So this is quite the collaboration, huh? And as we're hitting disco time, this is for you, Marius. it's gone down in price. The Sleep of Reason, which is the guy from Vidna Obmana and the guy from Yellow Six. You should get it while you can. Sleep of Reason is the name of the project. And it's the only album they did under that name. This is Sticky Man, remixed by Sleep Archive.
Them never knew we done go resurface and put them all on them from out our place. Them never knew we done go resurface and put them all on them from. Don't be nice up the place and smile on your face.
Hello G-Mac-G. Missed a good one tonight so far.
Soundly the way I say.
There it is. Ça va. Wow. Oh. Chain reaction. Wow, congrats DJ Mr. Joel. This is a nice quest. Marcos. The Sleep of Reason. So dub techno is dub when you have Tiki Man.
I don't gotta tell you. When I say when you're out, you're out, and we're not, you're not. And full of back, you know we return. You get this something to be the cream of the crop, because I'm with you. I would never come feed you again. I would never come feed you again. Sound sweet like the galana palm. You ain't gonna read this palm without the gallas and material. You get this and do play. You get shot, get tank, no people on the track. I'm winning on. That would be good. Don't be nice up the place.
It was the Sleep Archive remix of Tiki Man. Hello Eric. Now for some really good, unusual techno. This is subtle, which is maybe not the case. Great kick drum. Yeah, this one I think got totally under the radar. But if you want some like hard hitting basement techno with some syncopation and just minimal as it should be, it was great. Gets your blood flowing a little bit again, huh? Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I had no doubt you would, but I had an intuition you would. Now the pads in the background get really, really eerie. There are, Marius, the Sleep of Reason. There are two bands called that. It's the second one on Discogs, on Tone Float. There's 4 copies. This is mad. I want to DJ in a rave soon. I want to play this. It's been some time. Yeah. If you liked the one side we listened to, there's 8 of it for a very reasonable price right now. Noyé. Which means droned. Eric is talking about the record he won in the birthday edition of the stream earlier this year. Finally reached him. Which one? Do you want me to show cover again, Marcos? We haven't played too much jazz tonight, huh? Not that much, if even. Some jazz adjacent stuff, which this will be as well. Like avant-garde fusion jazz. Again, with an absolutely stunning percussion player, which is kind of one of the theme tonight. Well, Eric, I did an interview with her for French magazine, Trax magazine, around when it was released. I'll try to find it and send it to you. So 808, how about that disco time today? So this is a record, one of these records I get thanks to you guys supporting the channel. Records that look interesting to me, that could be something, but that the price plus shipping makes it always a little bit difficult to get, because finding them out in the wild, unlikely. Octoband, Norwegian, on the Norsk Musikk Productions ES. Three long tracks that I got mostly because of this guy. Kjell Samkamp, which some of you who follow me for a long time will be aware that Kjell Samkamp did a solo album in 80, 81. That is, in my opinion, or that is the best sounding record I've ever heard. Both on the production side and the mechanics of the vinyl pressing. And he's one of the two percussionists on this, so I thought, I think it's time for me to try to dig deeper into him, because I love his record so much. Yeah. That's true. And two left, one in Europe and one in the US. That's good. Black Saint, if it's good and it's on Black Saint, yeah. So usually a good deal always. Thank you, Stefan, 808, for still leaving a tip in the coffee jar. Thank you, man. That was not the plan, but kind of became de facto. Hey, son Olaf. Yes. Absolutely stunning sound. There's one track on this, the next one, that is music called there is text in Norwegian, and it's inspired by George Orwell's Animal Farm. The music is amazing. The Norwegian singing on it makes it a little hard, in my opinion. But still, very interesting record. So the 2 good copies are gone. Dumb, you will cry. Well, the one without the CD, I mean, it's not complete, but how often do you listen to the CDs, huh? Exactly. What a peaceful record, huh? So, well, sometimes I'm one of the people, huh? A few times here, I'm playing a record by someone under the radar, and there's a couple of records of that someone that I'm still looking for, and they're gone before I get to get them. So now I try, thanks to you, I share everything when I secured the stuff that might be interesting. Well, you can't always do that. Sometimes I don't. And sometimes, you know how it is. You're interested in that artist and you think, that record, I don't need it. And then you realize, yes, you need it. Yeah. Today I bought online 7 records. 7 new records, all by women musicians and or composers. So I guess this one is for Chris Cole, right? Even if it's, well, it is jazz fusion on the avant-garde side of things, but still with some of the worst design. The cover is pretty cool, except for that logo here that looks like an 80s ketchup brand that it wouldn't be Heinz. It's pretty lame, but yeah. It's pretty crap. Well, guess what? Guess why I'm showing this? Because it's on its way slowly here. So no, not yet, but I'll be reporting on that. All right. Yeah, it's really good. You have killed Samkov on percussion and synthesizer, Gut Urm Kittelsen on flute, piccolo, synthesizers and percussion, Osmund Fedje, guitar, electric bass, synthesizers, percussion and vocal, Rob Waring percussion, and Anders Röningen on drums, glockenspiel and timpani. It's a percussion record, and some guests. Morten Gunnar Larsen on piano and synthesizer, and Björn Kjellmyr on double bass. 1986. That one I had to actually buy from a Norwegian guy. Now we're back to my dig in Brittany. With more Romanian craziness, huh? Michael, thank you, Michael, for leaving a nice little tip in the coffee jar. Thank you, man. Yeah. Well, remember when I hurt my back like a couple of months ago, like that trip. I'm still like I realized, okay, it's good now, but it's not 100% good. Okay. That was exhausting, but yeah. What's up, Jose? Missed quite a few things here tonight. Well, you got really good hearing, Dave. Congratulations. You should have some. You should be listening to Bernard Günther. Bernard Günther is a composer, I believe, from Australia or from Germany. That should be great for Dave. Look him up. Only CDs, I think. But he did a record of about the sound of snow falling. I think that should be for you, Dave. It's a great record, by the way, but yeah. Oh, I remember that, yeah. So what do we got here? Another one of these like super heavy gloss, flimsy covers on electricord. See this gloss? So I'm not really sure about this one, how it was made. If it's a field recording of birds, or if it's a computer, or if it's the flute. It's pretty wild. As Jose is here, I'm gonna play something. We're gonna finish the stream with the next track, which is for Jose and for Rufan. As for Cat Misha does too. And it's gonna be the final disco time tune of the night, which is, you'll see. I think I played it a long time ago. Maybe not in the streams. So this record by Myriam Marbet, I think it's not cheap, but it's not expensive, and it's more like modern classical. But as you heard, there was some like really strange stuff going on, like with the bird sampling. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's like a $20-25 record. There's only one pressing, unlikely it will ever be repressed. Pretty cool record. Jose. See, we had a good stream, and there comes this guy with his free balls jokes. Yeah, okay. Hello, Fred. You got sent a proposal, by the way, huh? I know you saw it. Oh. Well, I hope the next track is going to cheer you up a little bit then. Next track is a testimony on how you should never overlook the singles, the 12-inch singles with the B-sides. As next track is, in my opinion, top 5 of this band that a lot of people love, and a band that Jose wished to see live. Back. Okay, back for the end, Daniel. So we hit the 2 hours and 30 minutes already. We are almost 3 minutes past that. So that's when I remind you to, if you're watching this live or whenever after the fact, if you like the stream, you can always leave. You always can leave a thumbs up on the video. That's always nice and helpful. You can also leave a comment to further the discussion and whatever. And if you want to support the stream, if you like it enough, as it's important for me to be able to get all these small records to then introduce them. You can always, if you can afford it and if you like it enough, leave a little tip or a big one in the link in the description, the Ko-fi link, the coffee jar as I call it, is always much appreciated. And on that note, now for Rufan, Jose, and DJ Mr. Joel at the end of that piece. Yes, I am. So now we are a Discogs couple item.
Sound of the storm and the flickering light, and rain does descend just to fill up the night. Like a sand just to fill up the light. So I get down on the floor like I am working gone, fighting like a monkey. Lay on the floor like I am praying to the Lord, fighting like a monkey.
Sure. I know you're the biggest Billy Joel fan, Joel. Hello, Doc. Now you do. It's a B-side of The Cure that is just absolutely murdering. Fuck. Well, now you know what to do. I don't like The Cure either, but I like this song. I like 3-4 songs by The Cure, and that's good. So tonight I have to thank Michael, Stéphane, Edouard, Dimitri, Tomu, John, Kevin, Keith, Rich, Marcos, Frank, Sean, Marius, Christopher Smith, and Thomas. Thank you guys for leaving a tip and contributing to the stream. If anyone wants to tip your DJ of the night, that's now or later, whenever. Much appreciated, guys, and everyone who was here gave good energy, good comments, and I guess next week might be even grander. So, thank you, guys. See you next week.